Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Chrissy, and if you've been here, hey boo, how you doing? Today we got a good story going on here, back with the story times. I know y'all missed them. Y'all been begging me in the comments of some old videos that where's the story time? Where's the part 2? What you doing? Okay, I'm back. I got a story for you. So get your snacks, get your drink, get that plate of food, and let's get into the story. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have on your post notifications so you know every single time I post a new, good, juicy story time. Period. And follow me on social media. It's in the description box down below. I'm on Instagram. I'm kind of on TikTok, so make sure you go follow me there to keep up with me and what I'm doing and my nice, cool outfits. Girl, I be putting that on, okay? Let's go ahead and get into this story. Just getting into it, you know, a lot of people say this, you never think that you would be in a bad situation. I never thought that I would be in a situation that could possibly be, you know, end badly. Number one, could be all over the news, all over social media. Something that's that bad happened to me where, you know, that could be the situation. And here I am reliving that, to say the least, nightmare that was this situation of being catfished and kidnapped. So here we are. But you live and you learn, okay? You live and you learn. And sometimes it's not even that, it's just you wish there were better people in the world, you know what I mean, that don't think of crazy evil things to do, you know. But besides the point, it all began with a follow request on Instagram, you know, just an innocent follow request. Didn't think nothing of it. But I go on every profile that follows me and I look at them and see, do I know this person? Do they look familiar? Or is this just somebody that's just following me? I don't know. I go to his profile, I look at his profile picture first of all, and he was very handsome, very charming, you know. He had nice curly hair, nice sparkling eyes, and when I looked at his posts, you know, he's posting friends, family, it just looked and showed a vibe of like genuine kindness. So that's one thing that just made me like follow back real quick. So like it didn't, like I also look at profiles to see if they look suspicious, if they look like they're about to scam me or just try to scam me or something, you know, them profiles. And it didn't look anything like that. So that's why I even got to the situation where this story time could be created. Before y'all judge me, I have to put that out there because I know my last story times, okay, y'all got it. But this one, no, it didn't look fake or nothing like that. So here we go, okay? We started talking, conversating, and it just flowed like really, really well. Like it's one of those conversations, you know, you have conversations with people where it just seems like it's so easy to talk to them. And it feels like you've known them for years. That's what it felt like. So a simple conversation easily turned into like late night conversations, and that's how it starts right there. And he said his name was Sean, but that's not his actual name. I'm just gonna say Sean. His name was Sean. And he said he was passionate about traveling, photography, and things like that. And I was like, you know, we kind of hit the same level of interest right there. Like I was interested, I was intrigued because I like modeling. If you follow my Instagram, you would know that I love taking pictures. I love fashion. So we clicked on that topic. And I also just really liked his humor and intelligence. Like the conversations weren't boring. It wasn't what you doing every 5 minutes. It was genuine, deep conversations. So yeah, we clicked real easy. It was days that turned into weeks and weeks that turned into months and so on and so forth. It was this good amount of time of this virtual companionship that I had with Sean. So it was like, you know, when are we gonna meet? And then boom, here comes this plan from Sean of this weekend getaway cabin trip, and he painted the picture of it so vividly, you know, lakes, meals by the fire, s'mores, things like that. Just a relaxing time. And I have always wanted to go on a cabin trip. If you know me, you know I love a good cabin trip. Like, I want to go on one so bad. It sounded good, and you know, he was just promising a nice relaxing getaway from both of our busy lives. So why not, you know? And I finally get the chance to meet someone that I have talked to about all my dreams and fears and confided in for all this time. So yeah, I want to meet this person. The weekend comes where I can finally meet Sean, and we're finally going to this cabin. So I'm driving there, and I get to a point where I'm on these long curving roads, and it was just leading deeper and deeper into this forest, the woods. Like, we're in the middle of nowhere. Like, it was crazy. It was a beautiful scene though. These tall trees, not just the pine trees that are tall that you see in your neighborhood or whatever. These trees were, I don't even know like the type of tree, but I just know it was a huge tree. Like, these trees were big. So you're driving down these roads, they're nice, decent roads, big old trees, and the sun is just shining through these trees, and you can see the birds, you can see rabbits and everything. It's just like a dream almost. It was just a beautiful, beautiful view. So I get to the cabin, and I get out the car, and I'm looking around for a little bit, and it's like a scene out of a movie. I'm trying to tell y'all. It was like the cabin was on the edge of this like big sparkling lake, and you're just in nature, and just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a beautiful scene. It was really, really nice. You know, just imagine me, little old me. I'm just looking around, enjoying the scenery, and then all of a sudden I just get this flow of mixed emotions, and it's like a little bit of fear, a little bit of apprehension. I'm just like, should I really be here? And that, you know, that feeling comes in a lot of times, because you're probably somewhere, well, I'm probably somewhere I don't need to be, you know? I start walking up the porch steps, and Sean comes out the front door, and he's real. Like, he's actually who he said he was. We greet each other, he hugs me tight, and it's just reassuring, you know? Like, he's a real person. Like, this person wasn't catfishing me. I'm not out here with somebody that I don't know. Well, granted, we ain't met yet, but we've been talking all this time. It just felt good to know that this person is actually real. I didn't come out here for no reason, you know? Well, after we greet each other and we hug and we talk a little bit, we go into this cabin, and the cabin is super cozy. It's already like furnished. It's really, really nice. Like, it had that nice cabin luxury feel to it, you know, where, yeah, I'm in the woods, but I don't feel like I'm in the woods when I'm in this cabin. You know what I'm saying? So over the next few days, we had quiet, peaceful time in nature. We went on hikes, we went fishing, we had meals by the fire. I wanted to make s'mores, but never got the chance to do that. And we just had a good time and enjoyed each other's company. And when this weekend was about to end, I will say that cracks started appearing in the facade that Sean was trying to portray to me. So when the weekend was ending, his demeanor had just shifted completely. And, you know, we would be talking and laughing, and sometimes his smiles and laughs just seemed a little bit forced. So I don't know, like, at that time I did not know if it was because the weekend was ending and I was about to go, or what. It was just like his whole attitude just changed. Yeah, I was getting that gut feeling, that intuition that you get in the pit of your stomach that you're supposed to listen to. Yeah, I was getting that, but I wasn't listening to it. Foolish, but sometimes you just ignore some stuff. And unfortunately, that was the case. That feeling, I will just say, you gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to your gut feelings. And even if nothing happens, you listen to your gut and nothing happens, at least you listen to it, because you never know. Like, just for example, let's say your gut feeling tells you, oh, I don't know, I feel like I just need to leave this area, or I don't feel like I need to go to the store today. And then you hear something bad happens. Like, you didn't go to the store, but something bad happened, or you left somewhere, and then right after you left, something bad happened. that intuition, you gotta listen to it. It was on the last night that everything came to light. I wake up and all I hear is like these muffled voices, and it's more than just one. So I'm like, who Sean invited over? And you know, I hear a bunch of footsteps outside, and I'm just like, okay. So imagine like you're just waking up, you hear a bunch of muffled voices, you hear footsteps. Sean is nowhere to be found, I might add. I decide to go outside, and well, first of all, like I said, Sean was nowhere to be found. I go outside, it's dark. I don't know where I am. I'm just at this cabin. So I go outside and I see just shadowy figures coming out of the woods. Their faces are covered and it's dark outside. I couldn't have seen their faces even if they weren't covered. But their faces were covered. They were walking towards the cabin where I was standing on the porch. Last thing I remember is somebody grabbed me from behind and they were like suffocating me with this cloth. And obviously now I know this cloth had chloroform on it. If you don't know what that is, it's just like, I'm sure it's just like a liquid that you can put on a rag and you hold it over somebody's face. They breathe it in, they're knocked out. If you've seen a lot of movies, you've probably seen that before. But yeah, all I remember is just darkness surrounding me and just getting like smaller and smaller. That's all I remember from that moment. When I woke up, I was tied up and I had like a bandana right here, like gagged basically. And I was in this dark room, and to give you a little bit of the scene, it's some wooden building. I can tell that. You're tied up, you have this cloth in your mouth. It smells of an old attic, like mildew, that mildew smell. I think everybody knows that smell. Like when you open an old book, or when you have clothes that's been sitting in the attic or the garage or the basement or whatever, and it's just that old smell. I'm just struggling against these restraints that I'm in. I'm just panicking because now the reality of my situation has now set in that I have been catfished, basically, because I don't know who this person is. They're not who I thought, so I'm just gonna say catfished. I was catfished and lured here into some situation, for whatever purpose, at the time I did not know, by somebody that you thought you knew. You're confused, you're panicking, you have a lot of fear and little hope and a little faith at this very moment. The days and nights started to become one to me. It was all the same. I didn't know how long I was wherever I was. I wasn't counting the days. The only thing that is consistent for me right now is I can hear these people's voices. The walls around me. I'm in the same room every day. And I'm thinking about, I just have anxiety. So I have a lot of thoughts running in my mind, but I think anyone would have lots of thoughts running through their mind at this very moment in this situation. I'm thinking about family. I'm thinking about my car. That's the least of my worries, but I'm thinking about my car. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna get out of here. I'm thinking about what these people want. At some point, they began coming into whatever room I was in, and they started just taunting me, pushing me around, throwing water on me, telling me crazy things, y'all. We're gonna leave that out. But they wanted money from me. I didn't understand, why would you think I would have that type of money? I don't know why I would look like I would have that amount of money on my Instagram. I feel like if you go look, I look like a regular person. Well, not too regular, okay, period, but I don't look like I have any money or anything. I don't have any flashy cars. I'm not flashing money. I don't understand. I wasn't understanding. And I just didn't know where they thought I was gonna get that money from, or if I already had it, but I was just thinking in my head, like, this plan of y'all's is dumb. It did not work at all. Maybe if y'all were asking my family for money and y'all was like trying to get them to give you money to get me free, but I don't have any money. They were threatening me. They were promising me that something was gonna happen to me if I didn't give them what they wanted. At this point, I just felt like a pawn in somebody's game. Like, you're playing with me. Playing with my emotions is pretty much past that point now. So now I'm just like, I'm literally just a piece in the game. Like, this is your time to mess with me, get me in this situation to get what you want. And now it's kind of coming back because I don't have what you want. So this is the time that I just had to pray because I don't have what they want. Somebody's telling you that they're going to harm you. They're going to do something to you if you don't give them this and you don't have it. And you're in a tight situation. You know, you're tied up. You're gagged. You're in this environment you know nothing about. You have a little faith, a little hope that you might get out. But that's where prayer comes in. And I just prayed that I somehow got out of the situation. That, you know, my family, obviously my family at this point has called somebody. They're looking for me because I tell them where I'm going, how long I'm going to be gone. You know, you just have a lot of, like I said, you have a lot of thoughts going in your head in this type of situation. I felt helpless. I mean, I feel like that's a normal, natural response to the situation. I felt helpless. With a little bit of prayer, a little bit of hope, a little bit of faith. Remember, y'all, you only need the faith of a mustard seed. The faith the size of a mustard seed can produce something big. Big things can happen. A lot can happen. With a little bit of prayer, a little bit of hope, a little bit of faith, I caught a moment when whoever these people were at this point, because I don't know them, whoever Sean is, all of them had a moment of carelessness. They left the door unlocked. And being there for days, I knew the routine. Coming in, telling me what they want, taunting me, threatening me, doing things to me to get what they wanted. They would always lock the door. You would hear a click when the door would lock, and I didn't hear one. So obviously I'm tied up. I have a gag in my mouth and it's like you have that opportunity. You want to get up, but you're also scared at the same time. But I had to take it. I'm not just gonna sit here and let y'all keep doing this to me and be in this situation. No, I'm gonna take the opportunity. If I think that the door is not locked, I'm going to go for it. So I get up, and I'm trying to be as quiet as I possibly can be. I'm at the door and it's unlocked, but I'm just having trouble getting it open because my hands are tied. They're behind my back. It was just hard for me to get to the door and like open it how I was supposed to open it with my hands behind my back. So plus my hands were shaking. I was very, very scared. I opened the door and I slipped out. At this point, I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark and I'm just running. All the courage, the adrenaline, the strength that God gave me in that moment, I used it. That's what was fueling me at this point, was adrenaline. Just God was fueling me at this point to just get out of this situation. Run as far as I possibly can. I can barely scream. Nobody's gonna hear me because I have this gag in my mouth. All I can think about when I'm running, just how good freedom felt. To be out of that situation. It was days, y'all. It was days. So to be out running and to just be free, it just felt good. But I ended up running into somebody on a motorcycle passing by. This man, he seemed very confused. Like, I would be scared too if somebody that's gagged and tied up and looked how I looked at that moment, ran out of the road and was trying to get my attention. I was in the middle of the road. Just lucky he did not run me over, one, and two, that he didn't pass me. And I thank God that he didn't. He took the gag out of my mouth and I was telling him, like, please call the cops. Like, this man lured me out here. He tried to get money out of me. He said he was gonna do this and that to me. Please, I just need your help. And he was like, yeah, don't worry about it. He called the police. The police came pretty quickly, which I would hope they would do. In a situation. That guy on the motorcycle helped me get out of a nightmare that had turned into my reality, unfortunately. And I will forever be grateful for that. The next couple of days were just filled with medical examinations, police statements, and an emotional reunion with my family after they had filed their reports about me not being home, me not coming back from wherever I had gone to. The wounds that I have from this situation, physical, emotional, they are still here long after the situation is over. And the emotional ones are still there even after the physical ones healed. Being in a situation like that is not something that's just gonna leave your mind and you're gonna
go on about your life and everything's all flowers and cotton candy.
No, it really puts you through something. And not just the part of me building some emotional connection with somebody, but me building an emotional connection with somebody and then turning around to trap me and harm me and try to ask me for something I don't have. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Being in some type of wooden building, some type of shed or something, tied up, thinking you're not going to see the light of day again because you try to get to know somebody. It's not something that's easy to just brush off your shoulders. I had learned the hard way that there's dangers in everything. Getting to know somebody on the internet is dangerous. And you don't know what's behind the screen. You don't know who's behind the screen. You don't know what their plans are. You don't know their intentions. And that people can be really good at faking things, whether that be a profile on the internet or faking an emotional connection with you. It's scary to think about how good people can be at bad things. And I now know that these virtual connections people have before they, really meet and get to know somebody, and it's not in person, which nowadays, like, I feel like a lot of people meet virtually, but you just can't always trust that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but you can't always trust it, And it can really shatter somebody's life. It can really end someone's life and really hurt someone. So you just got to be careful in anything you do. You just got to be careful. And sometimes I think about Sean sometimes, just the whole situation, and I'm just like, why me? Why would you think I would have that? Why would you even do something like that? I don't know. You live and you learn, like I said, and you get through it. Guys, that is the end of that story time. I do hope that you guys enjoyed it. I love that you guys love to comment on my story times and tell me things that you've experienced or how my story time has just resonated with you in some way. So I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post again, and follow me on social media to keep up with me and my life outside of these videos. I love you guys so much. I will be back soon, and I will see y'all later. Bye.